What's up, everybody? You're listening to High Tea with Mel, Kel, and Kay. If you're down for some unapologetic and unfiltered discussions from melanated perspectives, let's get this chat steeped in brewed in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Sunday.
Hello.
Oh, I love y'all. I've missed y'all. This has definitely been a quiet week for the High Tea ladies on the communication front.
I feel like it's been so long.
Yeah.
It just be like that sometimes, you know?
Yeah, no, this is no shade. It's just speaking the truth.
LIFE, life.
Exactly.
But I still miss these bitches.
We miss you.
Well, now that I have you, I'll just keep you for a little bit. We can go ahead and do this good old podcast. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode. We're obviously excited to have you here with us, all three of us ladies, because it's just been a weird week and I didn't like the topics I picked. We switched it up this weekend and we're going to listen to some of y'all letters because I am nosy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited. So we are going to listen to some letters. We're going to do a social media moment and wrap up with more letters because I am, once again, what am I? Nosy. We're going to keep it nice and short and sweet for y'all as much as possible. And if not, you'll be all right. So, Ms. Kelly, you want to read our first letter?
I sure will. Okay, so we're ready for the shystiness, the craziness, and the heartfelt ones?
You know it.
Once again, neither Kishana or I have heard, read, or had any understanding of what we're about to listen to. Mm-hmm. Proceed.
Okay. What's up, ladies? My girlfriend does not believe in shaving her armpit hair, and it's starting to become an issue. She believes that shaving armpit hair is unnatural and conformist. She didn't have these beliefs when we first started dating, so I feel that it's sort of unfair for her to expect me to have no problem with it now. I'm afraid to ask her to shave because I don't want to seem like I don't support this journey, although I do find it questionable, respectfully. What can I do? Signed, Pity Problems.
Oh, Mel, you want to start, or you want me to give my opinion first?
Here we go.
Because
I love being on this end.
No, you know why? Right? Because you know why? Because
first of all, bitch.
First, brother, I feel you because one,
nasty.
It's not even the fact that it's nasty. It's for the fact that you didn't meet her or get into the relationship with her being a 100% naturalista. She just changed to that one day, and I think that is very unfair.
Yes,
because me,
unfair.
As a woman in a relationship with a man, and me being a naturalista when I'm not in a relationship with a man, if I'm single, free flying, I don't give a shit, nobody seeing my body, you can do whatever I can do whatever I want to do. That's how I take it. But I know my man don't like hair on me, period. I know, like, he don't like to touch hair on my legs, under my armpits, and it's not going to kill me to shave it. Like, it's not. And I do prefer just to wax my armpits and just get that hair and just get rid of it. Because one, you keep hair there and you have issues with BO that not even deodorant can take away.
Mm-hmm.
That's what hair does. It just keeps everything nice and tight and secured and keeps it there. But that's honestly a conversation that you need to have with her. If it hurts her feelings, it hurts her feelings, but it has to be two-sided.
Also, you have to be attracted to your person.
Yeah.
And if you met them and they were pitless and now they pit to full,
it lessens the attraction.
That changes things. Like, we were talking about this yesterday when my boyfriend grew out his hair. Like, there was that ugly phase in the in-between that I was like, yo, dog, you gotta get this shit cut immediately. I'm tired of looking at it. I'm tired of seeing it. It's not cute.
Yeah.
Like, wrap this shit up. And of course he didn't listen to me, and now he looks like a little Jesus. But I accept that. But if it was something I did not like, I would tell him without a doubt.
Yeah, or just tell her to keep a shirt on around you. Simple as that. Tell her don't if that's what she wants to do, Don't wear a tank top around me.
No,
Make
because
sure
that
it
means
got
we can't go on
sleeves.
vacation. Like, we can't go to no beach.
Yeah.
Like, you gonna be out here with competing with the men. Like,
Oh,
ma'am.
jeez.
That's true. Like I said, if that's the lifestyle that she wants to take up, being a
Power
complete
to her, but
naturalista,
don't hold that
right?
man to stick with you just because you decided
Exactly,
to change your
because
lifestyle.
exactly
Yeah.
because I'm with him on this one. I feel him on this one. Like I said before, like before I was in a relationship with my man, and before, because no one was seeing my body, no one was touching my body, so I did not care. Unless I had to wear shorts or unless I was wearing a tank top, then I would shave my armpits or whatever the case is. But I mean, yes, I'm happy that she feels the need to, like, show her womanhood and
Good for her and the
throw
cause.
and throw her autonomy of her body all over the place. Great for you, but
Proud of
Mhm.
her.
you
But
remember your
if
man met you in a
when you
certain
were
state,
with no pitties, baby.
right? And if you are, and if she's not trying to compromise on that, even a little bit, you gotta let that man go. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Or find your compromise if you don't, because that's very unfair. Like, and nowadays, especially with this whole wave of feminism, like women telling other women that take me as I am or watch me as I go, that to me, that's very toxic,
Mm-hmm.
because the relationships are about sacrifices and compromises, and if you don't feel like you
Adapting.
can, right, and if you feel like you can't do that, then why are you in one?
Yep.
That is something that I learned the hard way. It is not take me as I am. It is never take me as I am.
No, to me, there are parts of me that came with the packaging when you showed up. And here are the parts. And you got to accept these parts because clearly I've chosen to keep these particular parts of me exactly the way they fucking are. But
Right.
if I'm changing and adapting in the relationship, I cannot expect that my partner is going to 1,000% agree with my decisions. And I have to either adapt with them or adapt. Unfortunately, it's
Without
their
them.
choice now to adapt without them.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially if you were hairless when you started this relationship, and all of a sudden you wanted to live that natural lifestyle, like completely
Listen,
natural lifestyle.
I support people doing what they feel is right.
Yeah.
But like when I met my man, I do not shave my thighs. My hair is real thin on my thighs, and I don't feel like shaving it. It's mad work. Just for what? It feels exactly the same. Smooth.
I don't shave my thighs either. I
Mhm.
only
Yeah.
shave my calves. Like, what am I
Yeah.
shaving my thighs for? There's no hair. There's barely any hair there.
Yeah, kiss my ass. I'm not doing it. And I don't give a fuck how it looks, to be quite frankly honest. I
You
give zero fucks.
moisturize, put some lotion on there,
Yup.
put some oil
Yeah.
on there. You don't know the difference.
Trust me, when they looking at these legs, they are not looking at the hair on them. I promise you.
All right.
So those were one of the things that when I walked into the relationship, I was like, listen, dog, I don't shave my thighs and any other parts of my body I decide not to shave or make hairless. Here's what it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
And at that point, it was his choice to be like, this was fun, but I'm good. Or, hey, I'm going to stick this shit out.
Can I tell you a story about armpit hair that my
Please
boyfriend
do.
told me that made him like not like armpit hair at all?
Love it.
So he says that he was probably like 19, 20 at the time. And he said that him and his friend, they were in a Burger King and they were just like, sitting in Burger King having a burger. And this girl pulls up on a bike. This girl pulls up on a bike at the Burger King right in front of where they were sitting. And he's like, it's the middle of the summer. It's dead hot outside. And the girl has a tank top on. So she pulls up, and then she doesn't realize that there's like what's this thing called? There's like art on the side that they're sitting on. So I guess she couldn't see in to see that there's people there, but they can see her clear as day. So he says that she raises her armpits to fix her hair.
Oh.
And he was just like, I would never forget that scene because it was just nothing but long brown bush just under there. Just long brown bush under there. And she was like fixing her hair, like trying to get all cute. And he was just like that. He just spit out his burger, whatever was in his mouth, and just rolled it up and just threw it in the garbage and was like, we gotta go. So, yes. So it's one thing to have shorter like armpit hair because if you're black, I'm assuming that you have shorter armpit hair because we don't grow armpit hair or body hair in excessive like
we don't grow wigs.
other races.
We don't get lengths.
We just get thickness.
Mm-hmm.
But also with the thickness, it also depends on texture, because some people get like the curly thick ones and some people get like the loose stubbles. I get the loose stubbles. It's there, you can see it. I can get away with it if I have it growing out and no one can really tell unless they're all up in my shit. But if you got one of them bushes, like
Either way, it's as a partner, you need to talk through decisions that y'all about to make. And don't get me wrong, I know there's gonna be moments where he might feel like doing something, he's not gonna talk to me, he's just gonna do it. And the same vice versa. I know those moments are gonna
like shaving the beard off. If your man got a beard,
Yeah,
he just shaved it
like-
off out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
be like, hold up, motherfucker, who told you could do that? It's too late, bitch. He did it.
Right.
He's a grown ass man.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you can't just expect your partner to be okay with the decision that you make, and vice versa.
Yep.
And I will say that, like, this whole thing with the show your hair, we can do whatever we want with our body, my choice type of thing. But this in particular has something to do with hygiene also. And I think that needs to be said too, because not trying to shame anybody who is a naturalist like that, but also I'm just more conscious about if I could have a body odor with the hair. If you cool with that, I guess that's cool. But if you're in a relationship with somebody else, you do have to take into consideration how they feel about it. So I will say that in this whole thing. Yeah.
Well, our pity friend,
I pity the fool.
I pity the day you have to have that conversation, but
Because you're gonna have to have that conversation, because if you know you can't live your life, keep looking at it, and it's something that's gonna turn
it
off.
will become
Yeah.
full exposure out here.
Because if you're not attracted to your partner, it's like it's very hard to have a relationship with no attraction.
Mm-hmm.
There's
It
one thing
really
to
is.
fake it. There's another thing to fake a whole relationship.
Yeah. Alrighty
sorry.
then. Well, we'll
Yeah.
move on.
Pity there.
So, next letter is nearly 20 years ago, I came out to my parents. The reaction was brutal and swift. I was immediately disowned and kicked out. I was 17, scared, homeless, and alone. My friends took me in for the remainder of my senior year. I went to college, earned my master's, married my husband, one husband, not husbands, years ago, and recently had twins via surrogate. A few weeks ago, I received a letter in the mail from my mother wanting to patch things up and get together over the holidays. I have no idea how she even found me. I haven't talked to my parents since the day I came out. I even moved across the country after college because it was too painful to stay in my home state. My husband says he'll support whatever I decide, but I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive them. Signed, Bigoted Fam Wants to Reconnect. Interesting.
I'm sorry that you even had to go through that, my
Very
love.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shitty way to have that. Y'all know I'm a crazy bitch. The rage that would flow inside me, I would have to do the same thing. I would have to move completely on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
I would forget them entirely and move on.
But I'm very happy that you were able to live your life and start your life and find love and create a family
Mm-hmm.
without the help, without the support of your biological family, like your parents and stuff like that. But that's really touchy. It's really touchy.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing society not accepting you, but it's a different thing when your flesh and blood doesn't accept you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the hardest part, because I'm a person that always say that I don't care. You came out of me. I will support you and ride for you harder unless you kill somebody or you're a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm way more biased towards that versus my child being, attracted to something else. Like that's just lunatic. That's just ludicrous to me that you wouldn't love a person based because of who they love.
Yeah.
Like, I get that people are old fashioned, but in a situation like this, I would say, me personally, I would hear it out, because I don't think you have to forgive right immediately.
Hell no.
Especially, I don't believe on giving up on your kids, especially when they're children. That you were still a child.
Yeah.
regardless of the fact that you were past the age of emancipation in certain states or you were almost in adulthood, I don't care. Like, I don't believe that anybody should just let go of a teenager. That's just fucking ludicrous to me.
Mhm.
So I would say just, if you can, have like a phone conversation. I don't think there's no need for like a face-to-face meetup. There's FaceTime, there's WhatsApp video calls, there's many other things. If you are willing to like hear out whatever your mom has to say, I don't think you have to immediately forgive.
Mhm.
You can just hear it out and see what she has to say and see where her mind is at now. But I don't think you have to rekindle that relationship immediately.
Yeah, and as a person who actively has to set boundaries with my own parents, um, there's no way in holy hell I would ever. My reconnection point is not at the holidays with
Yeah.
someone that I am not cool with.
Yep.
The holidays are stressful as fuck without family drama. Then you add family drama into it, and you got a husband and kids now. No, hell no. I agree
That's
with
way more important.
Kishana.
Mhm.
Yeah, I no. There's no way I'm gonna see you during the holidays. No, you can kiss these grits during the holidays. I'll have a phone conversation, a FaceTime, any of the things Kishana just listed. And if you really want to see me, it would definitely not be during the holidays. We can see you before or after at a fucking corner coffee shop somewhere.
Exactly. Especially
Yeah.
for the fact that you said that you move across the state. If it's that important for your parents to rekindle, especially if they're in good faith and good health, they can come to you.
Mhm.
If you moved across the states just to, start your own life, and you did that successfully, I don't feel like you have to go that extra mile. This is their turn to go that extra mile, because I don't like this whole stigma in society that you have to go hard for your parents, especially in a situation where they don't go hard for you. That doesn't make any sense, because you're a grown ass adult now. You're all adults.
Yeah.
You are now a parent yourself. And
Yeah.
I don't believe in going hard for people who don't go hard for me either. But
Mhm.
I will meet someone in that high of significance if
In the
we're not in
middle.
a good place. I'll meet you at least halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're still in wherever and you're now halfway or all the way across country, I'll meet you halfway somewhere. I'll meet you if I'm in LA and you in Michigan, I'll meet you in Chicago. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not going past that though. I'm gonna tell you right now.
No.
No. Hard no. But
Yeah.
no,
Just
take
glad.
this in your own time and what you feel comfortable with, and of course your partner. And you do not have to forgive anyone who has hurt you to that level
No.
immediately.
Yeah,
If
and don't bring your
Mhm.
kids into it right away. If that's the
no,
decision that
Yeah.
you're gonna make with your partner, let your kids ease into that in time. Like, they, it may sound kind of fucked up that I'm gonna say this, like, they don't deserve your kids, because
They
they
don't.
they didn't deserve you either, and maybe they were low key, creeping on you,
and found out you have kids.
Yep.
and found out that you're successful and have kids now. But at the same time, it's just do it at your own pace. Like,
Well, also
do
kids
it when you're
pick up
comfortable.
on all the vibes and energy.
Mhm.
They
So
do.
regardless if they're a baby or they're 6 years old,
Kids are
they
sponges.
they feel
Yeah.
that shit. They feel the toxic energy and the bad energy. So I would not bring my kids around anyone who
Mm-mm.
they do not know, regardless of their blood or non other relations. I don't give a fuck. No.
Cause some parents have this bad habit of, like, they think that they can pick up and start parenting you at any time, and it's
Yeah.
just like, absolutely not. That's even a
Bitch,
boundary
you
I
don't
have
know
to set.
me.
That's even a boundary I have to set with my own mother, where it's just like, you realize that I'm a grown ass adult, right? You realize that. I hope you understand that, because I'm not. I understand that I'm your child, but I'm not. I'm not a child.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference, and a lot of parents forget that because we came out of them.
Well, they take titles seriously.
Right, but it's just like, I'm an adult now.
Mhm. Get
You're gonna
over
treat
it.
me like an adult,
Yep.
because I'm gonna treat you like an adult.
Ugh. I'm just glad that she has a support system from her husband. That's what she needs, and that's what she needs to keep.
Or his husband or whoever's husband. I don't even care.
Or let's just say they,
Yes.
because we're
Yeah.
not sure what their gender is, so we just
Yeah.
say they,
Your
or how they
person
identify.
is I'm grateful that you have them.
Yes, and at this point, everyone should know that High Tea, we're here at IT, we're very accepting of anybody LGBTQ XYZ. I don't care what you identify as. I respect you because you're a human, and I respect people.
Yep.
So if you want me to call you an aunt, I will call you aunt.
Yeah, yes, for real.
Whatever you identify as, I would identify you that way as well.
But yeah, no, take your time. This is not it's not on their schedule, it's on your schedule. Because at the end of the day, you're the one with a whole different life now. You are no longer that 17-year-old version of yourself. You are today's version of yourself. So whatever you decide to do with your parents or not to do with your parents, that is your choice because they made the decision to let you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And didn't reach out until now. Whatever their motive is behind that is their prerogative, not yours.
Yep, the ball is in your court, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do with that ball at this point.
Yeah, because I love my parents, and I respect any parent who does what they're supposed to do for their child and raises good human beings. But there are horrible people out there. I'm not saying that your parents are horrible people, but they don't sound great. Not all parents deserve the same respect as, the Seven Heaven parents or the other parents that we watch on TV. Like, they don't fall into those cookie cutter bullshit, make cookies every day fucking titles of bullshit that we were fed as kids. So, not all parents deserve respect. Grandparents, aunties, some of y'all deserve to be cussed out. So.
Cussed out and cut off.
Repeat. That I need on a shirt. Just right in the corner on the bottom.
Cussed out and cut off.
That's a bar. I love it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I gotta buy this Cricut, y'all. We gotta get these merchandise out.
For real.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, do we want to do a little social media moments?
Yeah.
Which one do we want to go with, though?
I mean, we got time. We can talk about both if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we flowing through these letters.
Look at us. Look at us being mature and shit.
Yeah. That's progress.
That's growth.
For real.
Love it. All right. So, y'all want to do the one you recommended first?
Yeah, sure. Let's get on with this fuckery. You want me to talk about it, or you want to talk about it?
Set us off, Keith.
I'll do the one that I sent. You do the one you sent.
Okay. All right. So, in the bullshit world of the internet, we stumble upon this discovery of a very well-dressed man, suited up and everything. And I'm assuming that he was surrounded by his boys.
Looks like it.
And god damn it, ladies. Please stop with this proposing to men bullshit. Please stop. Please stop. Because my philosophy is that if a man wants to marry you, he will make that step to marry you. There is no reason why we should be proposing to men as women. There is absolutely no reason why. And especially because given his reaction, you embarrassed this man. That is a very embarrassing thing to do to a man. And I've seen countless of videos of this happening. And for the fact that I don't even understand how the friends that are around just like
let it happen.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
So obviously we'll post this video online, but and this is not me. This is me making assumptions, and I do not think I'm 100% right. But they look some kind of African, foreign, maybe Haitian. I don't know, but either way, they look not American. So. Especially in these cultures, like I asked my American boyfriend how would he feel about me proposing. He was like, "Hell, no."
I asked mine too. Mine was just like, "You
lost your fucking mind."
What?
And let's be clear, my man don't curse at me. He was just like, "No, hell no."
Yeah, it's just is this this trend is not okay. Like I needed to stop. And the sad part is that when I do see it happen, it's always a black couple that it's
Yeah.
happening in. And it's just like, yes, I understand that a lot of women, majority of women do want to be married at some point in life. Whether it's now, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, like I get it, but it's like if a man wants to marry you, he will make that initiative. He will step up and do what he has to do to make it happen. But I don't think that you definitely should have conversations about marriage, especially if you're in a serious relationship that you feel is getting to that point in life. But I don't think you have to initiate a proposal, especially to like plan the whole thing, because it looked like they were on a balcony
Like
somewhere
a
on a
rooftop
rooftop
somewhere.
overlooking something nice, and she's in her power suit.
Yeah.
She got her loafers on, okay? She is ready for the boss bitch attitude.
She's in them brown Oxford loafers,
Yup.
her nice little pantsuit.
Blazer.
She is in her Edna mode, hair tucked back in the bun, like she is
Yeah.
ready. And and this is where we get this stereotype of black women being super masculine. We're being more masculine than men. And yes, there is a time and place to like put that masculine energy out there. And I think the one place you should be putting more masculine energy out there is at work, especially if you have like a corporate job or something like that. That's where I understand bringing that out more. But god damn.
I mean, listen, if your man like encourages that kind of like take charge kind of attitude, I mean, I get that. But to me, like you need to have a conversation way prior to be like, how would you feel if I ever did this? That was my thing when I saw it. I was just like, clearly y'all have never had this conversation before.
Yeah.
Because to me, you got to bring stuff up well before you actually think of it to be a real idea.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it
Right.
comes to a man and a woman's egos, because we don't
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
the same way. So if you don't bring it up before and you just spring it on him, that's a no-go for me. I don't like to be embarrassed. I don't like surprises. Like I don't like none of that shit. Like I need to have shit planned out so I know what the fuck is going on. I do not like surprises. So if I am getting proposed to, I already told my man I don't want no big hullabaloo. I don't want other people around. I want it to be me and you.
Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah.
2 other people if you really feel like they need to be there. But I don't need a whole thing. So like for her to do this in front of what I'm assuming is his friends, like that's like Keishana said, I find it problematic that the guys or the people in the crew didn't tell her like this was not a good idea, and we're filming it. Like
And
it's
then,
not gonna end any other way.
yep. And any ones that I've ever seen is just like I've seen like two of them where maybe the guy was just like he just smiled because it's like people are recording you. What the hell are you gonna tell them? Be like, bitch, get off your
Yeah.
fucking foot. Are you stupid? Like you're not gonna say something like that. But the ones that I have seen where the guys have reacted is just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Their reactions aren't good, and
And that's
I understand that people don't like you get tired of waiting for a proposal, especially if you've had those conversations. But it's just you have to be on the same page when it comes to stuff like that. Like you have to be. And
yes.
there's way more that goes into getting married or getting to that step in life of being someone's fiance. Like there's way more in that. There's more knowing like, hey, when we're at this stage, maybe if we have these things or we feel like we have invested emotionally enough to get to that point. But every stage is a stage of growth. And obviously if he hasn't made that initiative yet, he hasn't felt like he's reached that state of growth as yet. And I understand no one wants to wait like 10 years to be engaged. And that, and to me, that is ludicrous, especially if you've been with somebody monogamously for a very long time. Like you shouldn't have to wait that long.
Married.
And you want to, it's just, it's just crazy.
But
it's just crazy out here in these streets.
I will say one of my couples was a couple that she proposed to him. She's actually going by he now. But that couple particular, like he kept saying he wants to propose. Like he had a ring, he was prepared to do it. but every time it was the perfect moment, he missed it because he was just enjoying the moment with her. This is when she was going by she. And so, and after a while, she was just like, yo, obviously she didn't say yo, but she was just like, do you want to marry me? Like, cause like every time this perfect moment comes, you realize after that the perfect moment came, and I'm tired of waiting for the perfect moment. Just marry me. Like, this is stupid. Like, we are in this. And they're so cute. They're such a sweet couple.
Oh,
I mean, like I said, the dynamic doesn't work for everyone, and it does work for some. And shit, if it's okay, and if that's what you want, then that's what you want. But in these particular circumstances that float around the internet, you can tell that that's not what that person wanted. Like that was not it, sis. It was not.
jeez, man.
Yeah. I'm a.
I mean, power to the women out there who feel like this is the next step they need to make, and I hope it works out exactly how you want it to. Just this corner over here, this little triangle. I think all three of us are on the same page. I'm gonna wait for them to propose.
Yeah, we'll have the conversations. We'll talk about it. Like, yeah, no, I feel like those things are very important to have those conversations to make sure like you're on the same page and you're staying on the same page. But to just go out your way and do it is just. I'm like want to just like smash my forehead on this mic right now. Like,
please don't.
I can't because it's gonna move. But stop it. Stop it.
I mean, do y'all, but if you're gonna have a camera, I will be watching and I will be judging.
The internet and laughing. The internet is already making a mockery out of us as Black women. Stop it.
Just brace for impact.
Yeah, right. And just know that there's always consequences with every single action, whether it's a good consequence or a bad one. Like,
power to y'all.
And we move on.
Yep. Next. Speaking of crazy out here on these streets, so I found a video of this woman. I don't know what the purpose was or really what the end result was supposed to be of this video, but all it is her and her 3 husbands walking around what I assume is a Walmart.
It was a Walmart. I saw the big yellow sign.
It looks like a Walmart. It looks very unorganized. It's not a Target vibe. It's definitely a Walmart vibe. And she's like, yeah, I have 3 husbands for those who think it can't be done. First of all, all 3 of these men look some type of Jamaican, Caribbean.
It's African.
Bad man. I don't want it. None of them look like men I want. But either way, 3 husbands sounds like a lot of work. I got 1 man and he's a lot of work.
Right.
I mean, I don't think I know a person who could handle 3 men at the same time, like actively, not dating 3 men and fucking 3 men, and being in an emotional relationship with them is a different thing. I don't. Yeah.
The only good thing is that now you got hands to do multiple things on your shopping trip. That's the only good thing about it.
Well, I'm glad they are shopping together. You know what? That is a good thing, Kelly. See, this is why we need you. You just a positive light, baby.
We're trying to.
But you know what? 4 incomes in a house don't sound bad.
No. 3 incomes in a house don't sound bad.
Still don't sound bad.
Because listen, if you're telling me that you have 3 husbands, I hope you're home chilling. I just hope you're chilling. Like your whole life is just chilling.
Like eating grapes on a chaise lounge outside by the pool. Great sleeves just fanning you, everything.
How much you want to bet she just got a part-time job? Just something to do between when they go to work and when she got to come home and cook dinner. Like, I feel like that's just a couple
I'm not
hours.
doing nothing. I'm not doing a damn thing. A damn thing.
I tried.
I'm chilling. If that's the lifestyle that you want, I'm chilling.
But keep it to yourself. Because
I'm not doing a damn thing.
You're just gonna get clowned on the internet making that kind of video.
Also, another Black woman.
Yeah, if that makes you feel powerful, it makes you feel powerful. But
also, you know, one good
Ugh.
thing though, watching, just thinking about it now that I've had time to process and pretend I'm an adult, is the fact that these three men are copacetic enough to share one woman
mhm.
is a plus, because the pride and egos and jealousy of men are a fragile beast.
Yeah.
And the fact that they could all copacetically understand that they share this woman is, I guess, a good thing. Kind of.
I guess.
Because men
I'm
don't like to share.
hoping, I'm spinning it in a real positive light. I'm hoping it's not a very bad scenario situation,
Mhm.
but I guess that's. Once again, I don't know the context of why.
I
she
wonder how
posted
that
this.
works when kids are involved.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're not gonna go down that bunny hole. 'Cause that deep hole is all the way to China right now. Peter
What are
Cotton
the
kept my ass
legalities of this?
out. Oh gosh.
Fucking.
I guess
Very.
live your life.
I mean, clearly. I
Live
just
your life.
maybe y'all should start a reality show so I can understand it a little more, because I don't.
Mhm.
I currently right now don't understand.
Nope.
I mean, if all of them are pulling in their income, they sure got a great value.
Kelly,
Oh man.
kudos to you, sis.
I
That
crack
was a good
See,
myself
this is
one.
where all that high value men and shit talk leads back to. Leads back to shit like this.
Oh god.
Oh, Kelly, that was good. I'm proud of you, girl. That was nice.
We do it.
Hilarious. Well, if y'all got anything social media wise y'all want us to see, I'm sure Kelly loves getting all of your DMs.
Please share.
So many.
Please share.
That's why you the queen, Kelly.
Aw.
Uh,
Thanks.
oh gosh. Well, that's all I have for social media moments. Talk about these letters though.
Yes, I was just scanning through them and we got some good ones. So maybe
Okay,
3.
okay.
Ooh, I think we
Yeah.
could fit them in there.
I think so.
I think we got time.
Yeah, I think we do.
We got
We've been
time
flowing.
today.
We've been good on this episode.
Alrighty, so
Good
here we
little
go.
podcasters.
Hi, girls. After hearing another parent around my age that listens to you all and wrote in about her daughter, she gave me the courage to do the same.
Aww.
I always thought I could accept anything that parenthood might throw at me. I knew that I could embrace my son if he were straight, gay, bi, trans, etc. If there is a controlling consciousness in the universe, it has a nasty sense of humor. Putting it bluntly, my son is sexually attracted to Pokemon. He dropped hints that I didn't really pick up on, but over the last few years, I have stumbled across evidence of his browsing habits that left me pretty clear about his interests. Should I address this with him? Try to discourage an orientation that to me seems kind of pathetic? Signs something else is poking.
Yo, y'all in these code names.
I know,
are
right?
Fucking
Funny.
amazing. I love
Yeah,
them.
y'all are funny with these.
Y'all are
Right?
on point with these code names.
See, this is how I know y'all listen to us in a regular.
Right.
Because you know, especially me, I love me a
Yup.
good pun.
The
Yes.
titles are everything.
Corny the
Hence-
better.
Hence our Drake social media moment.
Lord.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh.
Wow. That
No.
is
Yeah.
a Pokemon ball to deal with. All right.
Mhm.
Oh lord.
Gotta catch them all.
Oh snap.
He's more of a he's more of an old school Brock in this situation.
I hate us.
Sorry, I had to be immature for a second. I loved Pokemon growing up, so
Yeah, me
that's
too.
also why I had to just be inappropriate for a moment.
Mhm.
While I accept people accepting whatever they want to do in life, to me, I still grew up as a heterosexual Black woman in New York. So like, there are things that I accept, and there's are things that I'm like, no, that's a little weird. I think you need to integrate that child with others who also like Pokemon, so he gets human interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000% sure there is a club, a Pokemon club in your town of people who like it, whether it's on Reddit or Facebook, preferably in their own age range.
Yes.
Um,
Appropriately.
Yeah, like contact the school to see if they have any clubs that he can join, or
Or start his
they.
own.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because
I
they need to
mean,
be around other humans who like the same thing, so they don't feel like they're being judged for liking it.
Yeah.
But also that human interaction might sway them away from thinking that Pikachu is the one for him because it's not.
I mean, I want to give the example of this because I don't remember. I don't know if you guys remember that how years ago there was like this whole convention for grown men who love like Care
Mhm.
Bears,
Yeah.
and it turned out the furry guys, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it turned out that a lot of these men were married men with families, and they
Mhm.
were straight, everything like that. It's just the fact that they had this huge interest in that. So I get it that people have their kinks and their fetishes and whatever. And especially if you're dealing with a teenager who may be more like closed in or more shy and more reserved, you kind of have to give them a little bit more time to like grow and develop. Like a lot of psychologists do say, like the human brain doesn't fully mature until the age of 25, 25, 26 ish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you do have to give it time because it may change, and I honestly think it will change because we all had something weird we kind of
Yup.
fantasize about. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pull my
Teenage
I'm
years
gonna
were
throw my
weird.
truth out there. For a very long time, I always fetishized about being a Dragon Ball Z character and all that stuff like that. So it's just you have to give it time. Like I'm pretty sure your son knows it's not realistic,
Yeah.
but it's just something that he enjoys. And boys go through some weird shit during
So do
puberty.
girls.
Mm-hmm.
And girls too, but we're more discreet about the shit that we go through because we understand that it's embarrassing. So
No, we make it more embarrassing as the days go by. Like
right,
in our minds, it's just more and more embarrassing. It's just the bigger of a secret to keep.
exactly. So we have to be a little bit more discreet. But I mean, I don't feel like you have like I don't feel like it's the wisest thing to like throw yourself at it and to make it into something bigger because he's gonna feel resentment and more embarrassed once you do that.
Yeah.
No, I would not be aggressive in your approach at all.
The problem is with children, you're always aggressive no matter how you approach it.
Yeah.
I know, but they gotta be stealthy about this. This is
Mhm.
not a walk up to your kid and be like, "Hey, how's it going at school? Are you meeting anyone you like?" Like, don't fucking do that. You gotta like go up to them, talk to them like if they're a normal person, ask them how their day was, ask them how school was. Like, try to engage with them more and more.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to be a long con. So you shouldn't to bring it up the first time you talk to them about this or you want to talk to them about this. Like, you got to wait gradually, but you got to be consistent. So if you're asking on day one how they are and how school and and they're giving you one word answers, keep doing it until you start to get real full sentences from them.
Yeah.
And then as you're doing this, you're integrating with them. So that's also another human connection that they are not even thinking about.
Yeah.
And then you could start bringing in the conversation of, oh, how's all your Pokemon stuff doing? Do you have like a Pokemon crew? Like, you could like ask them about like their community because they have a community. Anyone who had
100%.
Pokemon has a community.
There's a community for everything. Like,
Yes.
you'd be so
Mhm.
surprised.
And us growing up with when Pokemon was coming out and like first coming out and it was popping, we had a community. Like, we had friends who we played fucking Pokemon with on our Game Boys, all the different type of Game Boys we fucking had. So they have a community. You just need to think about it big picture and not small picture problem. It's a long-term thing that you're going to have to work with your child to regulate into a better direction.
Right. You
Mhm.
never know. And you have to give them time because there's women out there as well who are super heavily into Pokemon. So you never know. He can end up with one of those and live his life very nice. But right now, it's a vicarious living that he's doing through the Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like you should take parts of it with a grain of salt. But at the same time, like, I mean, if you went through any teenage boy's browser history, you're going to find some weird shit on there.
And girls, because if you looked at my user history when I was a teenager,
Yeah,
it
you're
was
not
not.
see mine either. So
You
it's just-
don't do that. It's
don't
not-
do that.
not
It was
advised.
nice. It's not advised. It was not
This is
advised.
also why I cannot be a political figure, because some shit would come out about whatever I posted when I was a teenager, and
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't.
Yeah,
No.
like we said in one of our last letters, especially if you're referring to the letter with the parent who had a daughter who loved to like write fan
Mhm.
fictions and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't want to find me on fanfic.net. I don't remember my username, but it was on there. There was a lot of shit on there.
Fanfic.net.
No, that was
Look.
like a super popular site where you would post all your fan fictions back in the days. So it's just like you just have to give people time and give people stride.
Mhm.
Like these are all like opportunities for growth.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if he ain't harming nobody, if he ain't causing harm and detriment to nobody, I feel like you should take it with a grain of salt as of right now.
Like, don't get crazy mom vibes and try to
Helicopter
send them
mom.
to therapy or something. Like, no, you gotta get to know your kid, because that's
Mhm.
probably a part of the problem, is that you don't know your kid as well as
You think
they
you do.
feel you
Yeah.
know them.
Because a lot of parents think they know their kid, and I honestly think that parents are the one people who don't know their kids at all.
They
Yep.
don't.
Like, not to say, like, given like the perfect examples, like when you watch like murder mysteries and documentaries and things like that, parents will always say like, I never
That's
knew he
not
was
my
gonna be like
child.
that. Like,
Mhm.
I never saw signs of this. And it's because a lot of parents do honestly think that they know their children. But for me, I think parents know their children in the lens that they want to see them in.
Yeah.
And that
Not-
also, and vice versa, falls also with the kid too. The kid thinks they know their parent, but they really don't.
Mm-mm.
Unless they're a parent who overshares in everything that they think and do. Most kids don't know their parents. I'm still
Yeah.
getting to know my parents.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
So, yeah, it's a big long term. I feel like it can be corrected, because I'm not trying to judge, but he can be swayed to find different forms of relationships around Pokemon. that
Especially
are
if you're
not
talking about a teenager. Like, there's a
virtual.
lot of growth they have to do.
Yes,
Yeah. And boys
they are
take longer to grow.
Yeah.
mentally.
Yes. It's longer than 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
love
yeah,
it.
take it with a grain of salt.
Well, thank you, parents, for trusting us to,
I
give
know.
a little advice. I love that.
Yeah.
The aunties are here to help.
Yes,
Thank
we
you,
are.
aunties.
Mm-mm-mm.
Your
Yay.
virtual aunties are here.
Yes, the fly ass ones too.
You're right, especially because we're aunties, for real, for real.
Like, for real
Yeah.
though. And I know my nieces listen, so hey y'all,
Hey, girls.
how you doing, boo?
Our next one is something I feel like I know how this is going to turn out.
Oh,
So,
God.
what's up, ladies? Quick question. Why do girls not like to be called female, sweetie, or women? I don't say it personally, but I've wanted to know from you ladies' perspective. Continue spreading the black girl magic that we all need to see.
Y'all.
Oh,
Okay. First of all, little shout out to whoever wrote this, because that was literally a topic on
Yeah.
the topic list. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have zero clue where this shit came from, because growing up in New York, everybody was called a female, a bitch, a girl, hey you, all these things. So I have no clue where this "don't call me a female" business came from, and I'm honestly, I don't give a fuck. Call me a female. I am a female. I got it. But that's just me. But
Okay, so with the female thing, I feel like that the negative part of being called a female came from, unfortunately, like this toxic red pill culture that's on the internet.
Exactly.
Because these quote unquote, I want to be an alpha male, red pillars on the internet don't call women women or ladies or anything like that. They call them females, and it's always said in this aggressive tone.
Mhm.
So now the word female has become mixed into
Derogatory.
that. It's become derogatory because it's just like you're
So is it
throwing
like the
everybody under the
modern
same
version
bus.
of hysterical, where they used to be like, "Oh, you women are so hysterical."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got
now,
it.
it's like, oh, y'all females are crazy. So now it's like that now.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no classification. But for me, I feel like there needs to be a classification between women and girls. Like I feel like if you're
Yeah.
talking about a girl, you're talking about somebody young.
A
That's why
child.
I prefer to refer to us as either ladies or women.
Mm-hmm.
That's why if you ever catch me sometimes, like I change my word from females to women. Because it's something as a New Yorker that I
Literally
grew
grew
up
up with.
saying
Yeah.
female, like, but now like saying female has become such a like a negative thing, and it's tied into so many like nasty rhetoric that you hear on the internet, which I don't
Mhm.
even think is necessary. Like we don't call like male is just males, like, but
Yeah.
now female have this negative thing attached to it now because of the shit that you hear on the internet. And I'm sure like any black women on the internet can attest to this.
Oh yeah.
I think we kind of have to take it back to like a bio 101 class for a little bit because of the fact that what you do learn is that a female is the denotion of the sex that can bear offsprings and produce eggs. So this is what the distinction biologically between a male and a female. A male fertilizes the female's eggs and produces an offspring, but a female carries those offsprings, whether it's inside of a womb in eggs and nurture those eggs until they hatch. So I think that's where the annoyance kind of is that there is no distinction when you say a female. So you can be literally talking about any species on the planet. And I think that's the part that's kind of slightly offensive in a way and kind of sensitive because it's like taking away the humanity of a woman by calling her a female. It's different if you're calling your dog a female because it is a female dog, but you give that dog a name as well. But you know it's a dog because it barks like a dog and it walks like a dog. So you know it's a dog. And with women, you know it's a human because it looks like a human, it behaves like a human, and it thinks like a human. So I think that's the part that is kind of offensively subjective, is what I'm going to say. And I think that we should distinguish those traits when we're talking about people because we don't really refer to men as males. Like, you don't really hear that. You mostly hear it when people are talking about women. They always love to throw, yeah, these females, yeah, these females. People don't really say, yeah, these males over there, like that male over there. We refer to people as their biological classification, especially if you don't know their names yet. So I think we do need to work on that more, especially in the day and age that we're in now and how sensitive the culture has become. So I definitely do think that there is some work to be done there. And it's crazy because like being in a relationship with a heterosexual man, like he has never referred to any woman in his life as a female or referred to women as females, period. And it's because of the fact that he doesn't indulge in that type of shit.
Plus, he wasn't surrounded by those people.
Well, also, it's not a natural thing to say.
Yeah.
He's not surrounded by people who say that.
Mhm.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it is as well. Like he's not surrounded with people like that. Like even with your guy Mel, I'm sure he doesn't run around talking about females this, females that, or all females are like this.
No, my man's a dick, but no, he doesn't
Yeah.
do that.
That's completely different. And me and your man had our own conversation about like incels on the internet. So it's just
Of course you did. Of course you did. He loves that. Loves talking about anything underground. He wants to talk about it. So.
yeah, and it's funny because I thought I was like the only human being who, like the only person like in my circle that knew anything about that type of stuff. And it turned out, no, I'm not. I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. First of all, if you ever want to figure out if you're crazy or not, just ask him about it. And 9 times out of 10, he probably already knows about it. And you're not crazy.
And
It's
even my
actually
man,
happening.
right? And even my man is like, as a white man, was just like, this exists.
I mean, yeah, like I call it my like horse blinders. Like I definitely go into modes where I just want to be ignorant as fuck and I don't want to hear about shit. It just is what it is. It's part of my inner peace. But yeah, motherfuckers are out here talking wild on these internet streets.
Yeah. Especially about females.
Yeah, I don't even do YouTube or any of that shit, so I don't really see that shit on a regular basis. I look at weddings every damn day, as I'm doing literally right now.
Like, this internet culture is disgusting. Like, it's disgusting.
Wild.
And like that's like the one thing that I hope like this podcast didn't turn into, because there's so many podcasts who have turned into that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, why is it always a gender war? And it's literally that, like, all of this differentiation.
Y'all,
came
if
from
you think
gender
we're
wars.
being unfair to one side or the other, in depending on what scenario is your example, please let us know.
Yeah, please.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty fair. It's very situational with us and not just what
Right
did
off the
she
bat.
say? What did he say? Like, we want to know the full story before we make a judgment. So please let us know if we're out here being biased, because fuck no.
And when it comes to Sweetie, like, I don't think that there's an issue with Sweetie necessarily, because my grandmother calls me Sweetie. So it's
It
just,
depends on who it is.
It's the
yeah, like if it's
tone
an
and the
older
person.
exactly, like now I know, like
No.
we're sarcastic as hell, and we're kind of sassy at the same time. So there may be a Sweetie when someone's like really getting on your nerve, and I think Sweetie is like a term that women use towards each
Yup.
other as an attention grabber, where it's like, no, Sweetie, no.
Makes my
See,
blood
I do
boil.
love, because I don't have a lot of guys be like, hey love. Like, I don't even get catcalled outside of New York, to be honest, and DC. Like, New York and DC are the only places I get catcalled. But I do love when I'm talking to other women, because I'll be like, hey love, can you come here real quick? Because I don't say that to men. I'll be like, excuse me.
Or honey.
Okay.
Like, I use honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
so
hun.
it's just, who
Like,
cares?
either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I never got it, but thank you for explaining that.
But
'cause
I do
did not understand that.
But I do find an importance for women, especially women, to address each other as women or
Mhm.
ladies. Like, because I feel like men are already taking that word female to a whole other level now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's on us to like
Take it back.
not just take it back, but to like establish ourselves as women or
Mhm.
ladies. Because I like ladies.
Woman all day.
Yes.
I like calling
Nice.
y'all ladies, because y'all are ladies to me.
And it's a collective of us, so it's
Mhm.
ladies make sense.
Yeah.
You can call me woman.
Just
By
don't call me a
woman.
bitch. That's all I'm asking for. Don't
Right.
call me a bitch, because I'm not, unless you make me.
Exactly.
Or I'm talking to y'all.
Yeah.
I feel like am I the only person in y'all lives that would be like, bitch, what?
That's different. That's
Yeah,
that's like
endearing
it's
to us.
it's an exclamation. It's an exclamation point. Like, bitch is like an
Uh-huh.
exclamation point when women are talking to each other. It's like, bitch, what? Or like, bitch, no.
That's
Or
when
like,
you know something's gonna be
bitch,
good.
I gotta tell you some shit.
But I definitely do also, if y'all saying some like crazy shit out of left field for me, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck did you just say to me? Like, I'm sorry, what? I've even caught myself saying that to my boyfriend. I'd be like, bitch, what did you just say to me? And I'd be like, whoa, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that.
Let me roll it back one more.
I'm sorry, my bad.
I just feel like there's just way too many terms and words that are just taken completely out of context and just thrown into the trash. So it's
Yeah.
just
Everybody's
refer
so
to-
sensitive.
for real. Just refer to each other as women, ladies, like girls if you have to. Like,
Just check y'all tone, to be
Mhm.
honest. Because some of these things wouldn't be as big of a deal if y'all checked y'all tone.
Yep.
Because if a guy came up to me and be like, excuse me, queen female, or some shit like that, I think that's weird. You don't need to do that. Even just saying, excuse me, ma'am, perfectly fine. I'll
Yeah.
excuse that, even though I'm not a man, but we can excuse it.
Mhm.
Not a problem.
like miss
How-
anything like that. Like,
Be like, when these females nowadays, first of all, bitch, check your tone.
that's exactly what it is, though.
Yeah.
It's
Check your
just
tone.
like that.
Yeah.
Like
Check
all these
your
females are
goddamn
the
tone.
same.
Mm,
Like all these females are just gold diggers. Like all
Also,
y'all just
don't
want
group me in with
money.
other bitches because
right.
last time I
I'm my own
checked, I
person.
don't check boxes.
No,
I
you can't
am
do
the
that
box.
either. You can't even say that you're different from other women because then you're a pick me. So it's just
Oh,
I don't give a
geez.
fuck about them either.
Oh gosh, can never win, women. Us
There's
women,
no
ladies,
win.
girls, whatever you want.
There's
We can
no
never
win-win.
win.
There's no win.
And this is why I don't talk to people because in my book there are rules and there are exceptions. Every scenario tells me which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, at this point, you just have to come to the conclusion that you're always gonna get the shit end of the stick.
Right.
I mean,
You just gotta,
Yeah.
you just gotta make do with what you have
you're not wrong.
and how you can.
Yep.
I just find it hilarious. Like, I don't take none of this shit personally because it does not apply to me. So I just laugh at it.
Mhm.
Well, it's also part of the reason why I don't socialize because the more and more I talk to people, the more and more I'm seeing people are just so PC and they can't have a real
And
conversation.
butthurt. Everybody just get butthurt so quickly, and it's just like
It's okay to be
stop.
PC, but you got to be able to have also a real conversation behind that. All right, why are you getting so upset that I just called you a female? Are you not a female?
Yeah.
Right.
Because last time I checked, you referred to yourself as she and her,
And
you talk about this
Mhm.
pussy. So we in this one conversation we've already had because
yeah.
that's how people talk nowadays. So if I'm talking, I'll be like if I call you a female, I want to know why you're so upset. And people who can't communicate why they get so upset about things, that's the people I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if I don't know what I did wrong, then how am I supposed to fix it?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, Mel, I'm pretty sure you had said it. I think it was you who said it one time where it's like we're living in a society where reactions is just the culture now. Like no
Yep.
one actually
Yeah.
takes a second to like sit back and think about why they're so upset.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll tell y'all some shit offline if that happened this week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think if
Wow.
everyone just take a second just to think before they react, I think there will be a lot more peace behind it.
Mhm.
Because if you know something doesn't apply to you, why are you trying to rebuttal it?
Or if you know, like, I've seen situations where somebody who wasn't involved in the scenario comes in the scenario and a person who was already involved got mad at the new person. But the new person doesn't know anything. So they just react to them and they're like, why you do this? Why you do that? Like, wait, hold up, bitch. I just got here. It's 8 a.m. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But everyone's so reactive, they don't even try to understand where the person that they're yelling at is even coming into in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Shit is wild out here.
Yeah, everything is a teachable moment. Like people forget that even if you're not in school, you're always going to be a student and a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
There may be moments where you have to teach something, and there may be moments where you have to learn something. And that is literally just a part of the cycle of life. Like you're constantly learning and teaching. Like, and there's no shame in that. We don't know everything. We are not old and wise and have all these lived experiences.
I do not.
And it's just something that people have to be comfortable with and okay with. And I feel like that's part of like the issue nowadays is that no one wants to teach and no one wants to learn. We just want to talk.
Yep.
And I rest my case with this.
Meeting adjourned.
Bad out. All
Got it.
right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this episode up if y'all ladies don't mind.
Oh yeah.
I know we all got things to do. So we're gonna wrap this sucker up with our weekly recommendations. I'm a little torn this week on which one I'm gonna do. But for those of you who are just joining us, our weekly recommendations are anything that we think will help improve your week, month, life, whatever, from music to movies to advice, etc. So, ladies, who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know why I haven't done this years ago because my stomach has always been a wreck. But I am now taking a probiotic. I'm late to the game, I know it, but it has done miracles for me.
Welcome.
If you haven't taken a probiotic before, you should because it helps regulate your digestive enzymes and gets it straight and right and tight. Because I've dealt with a whole bunch of bloating like unintentionally, and it was causing too much pain and uncomfortability and all that kind of stuff. So definitely get your hands on a probiotic ASAP, especially for us girls out there, or women, females, whatever you want to call yourself. I ain't going down that bunny trillium.
It's good for women's health. I got your
Yep.
back, Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes. I agree. I do take probiotics and prebiotics.
Kombucha,
Love that.
yogurt, whatever y'all can do.
Yep.
Awesome. Keep it regular out here in these streets, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can. So I have a two-parter. So Kishana, you want to go?
Sure. Mine's is just something easy. I'm sure we've said this before. Organize your space. Declutter your life. Don't hold on to things that you know you no longer need. If it's been around you for more than 3 months, that's my thing. If it's been around you for more than 3 months and you have not used it, touched it, looked at it, think about it, declutter it.
Yeah.
Life is already messy as it is. You shouldn't live in your personal space in clutter. Just organize. It's nice. It's therapeutic. I know that some people don't like to do it, and it's perfectly okay, but at some point you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Declutter. Whether it's people, things, items, do it. If it does not serve you, let it go. Yes.
Well, mine's is only a two-parter because I thought of something while we were recording. So to our parents out there who are raising teenagers, depending on what age range you are, there's a show on Hulu that is a dramatic version of how we were at teenagers called Pen 15. So if you need a reminder of how awkward and uncomfortable and how cringy teenage years were, go ahead and watch that. Go ahead and watch that show because I felt so attacked that was literally my teenage years, sidekicks and aim and all, and the awkward thoughts and feelings as a teenage girl that I had no understanding about. Go ahead and go watch that. And then when you see your kids, you be like, God damn it, I forgot how much shit I was going through at that age.
Oh, wow.
So thank you to our parents who wrote in for reminding me of that show. But my recommendation before that was it is okay to take a step back. Sometimes it might feel like it's an attack on your ego or your pride or whatever, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And I only say that because sometimes taking a step back is the best thing for your health,
Mm-hmm.
mental or physical.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be my advice. And if you want to know more into that advice or want to talk to me about it, you can hit my DMs because my Instagram is public and nobody be DMing me except for these ladies. So you want some private advice? I'll be happy to give you a step back advice because I took
Yes.
one back myself and I don't regret it yet.
Good.
So it's gonna be all right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up. Thank you, everyone. That is all the time we have for today. You've been listening to High Tea with Mel, Kellen K. Don't forget to leave us a quick 5-star review on iTunes. Thank you very much. And follow us on Instagram at high_tea_podcast and on Twitter at high_tea1. And take a look in the description box for all the links on High Tea. And we'll talk to you the same time, same place next week. MKK out.